Welcome, Cancer. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for October the 31st through to November the 6th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Now, let's see what the cards have to say for you this week for your energy. Beautiful energy. The Sun. Embrace that inner child. Let's see what other cards come up, but I got a whole slew of things to say, I'm telling you. Four of Cups. That's a beautiful first card. Four of Cups, give gratitude. The Death card. Now, the Death card is all about the Scorpio energy, isn't it? So, you're changing. You're changing in, I think it really relates back to the Sun. Let's get our fourth card down, and then we'll just talk about them all. Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Beautiful cards, really. The Sun. Your light, your vibration, how you shine, how you have fun, how you allow your creativity to flow. That's what's important this week to you, especially, or it comes out in you, or you embrace it this week. I think it's a beautiful week that you're entering for energy when it comes to your creativity, when it comes to letting that inner child out, when it comes to going after your passions, your dreams, your desires, when it comes to honoring yourself and what you love to do and making time for almost, I don't want to say play, but I hear play, so your hobbies, the things that bring you and you alone pleasure. It's a week to look at how you honor yourself. Now we have the Ten of Pentacles crossing over the Four of Cups. You can start looking and being grateful for the things that are already in your life. You will not believe what's waiting in store for you. This could be the perfect relationship, the perfect romance, the perfect job, the perfect career, the perfect organization to be a member of. This could be your wishes, your dreams, your goals, your desires, at least the opportunity for you to step into it appearing. But it comes through being grateful. Okay, and I know I'm paraphrasing this really badly too, but I saw it a couple months ago, 3-4 months ago, maybe just a couple of months ago. What if you were to wake up this morning with only what you were grateful for yesterday? And I thought, ooh. And I do my gratitude daily, but I thought I would not be waking up with a lot of things. So it's being grateful for the smallest of things in your life. Seeing where it can bring in stability, love, harmony, security, self-worth. It's being grateful for your eyes to see, your ears to hear, to the people that surround you, to the situations that surround you, to the things that surround you. And being grateful for the opportunity of what's to come in your life. Being grateful for the goal being reached, the dream being manifested. To be grateful for that coming into existence in your life before it arrives. The Death card, the rebirth. And this is really Scorpio energy because Scorpio rules the Death card. It's the 13th card of the deck. And 13 is all about transition, growth. And this is, this symbolizes something dying in our life in order for something to be born in our life, okay? Death and rebirth, change, transformation. So, yes, you really have to go with the flow. You have to understand that if things are leaving your life, it's for a reason, whether it's a situation, a person, maybe it's a thought pattern, maybe it's a habit. Maybe it's something that you are glad is leaving, maybe it's something that weighs you down slightly. And if it weighs you down slightly, you have to remember that you are moving into a beautiful position to go forward, that it is for your better good, for the transition to happen. And I don't mean death as in literally death happening. I would pray that that is not the way, because very, very seldomly does it mean an actual death. It's things change, things transform. Maybe you get a new job, and so you have to close the door on your old co-workers in order to step into the new opportunity. Maybe you're moving to a new neighborhood, and so you were leaving that neighborhood behind. Probably you won't return until you want to take your grandkids there to say, I used to live over there. So, but it could be a death of an idea, a death of a situation, a death of a relationship, the ending. Death sounds so final, but we are dealing with the death card here, and I think it's very final whatever comes in, because I'm using that terminology a lot more than I would normally use describing this card. So it's something that will no longer be a part of your life going forward, but it moves you into the direction that you need to go. It allows you to be liberated. It allows you for your freedom. So remember, I was talking about your inner child and letting that inner child out, your creativity, your play. Okay, this is going to allow you to really transform into that energy. We have the Four of Wands as our underlying energy. So this is, seeing the foundation. I think if you give gratitude, you will really see the foundation. So I think being grateful for things, as it was said in the Four of Cups, the more that you put the energy into, and if you're in a position right now where you're looking around your life and you go, there is not a heck of a lot to be grateful for here, then I want you to grab a piece of paper, a pen, preferably blue, ink, because that brings in the spirituality, that brings in the intuition. And write down one thing you are grateful for, read it aloud, and go to sleep. And the next night, I want you to write a second thing underneath it. And now read both of them and go to sleep. Third night, 3 things. So on and so forth. You do that for 30 days and watch your life transform into something where you have so much to be grateful for, you just don't want to write a single sentence anymore. You want to write it all. You want to be, to give thanks for it all, because the magic is happening in your life. And I think this is going to show you where the stability really is in your life, where the support really is in your life, where there are close friendships or relationships in your life that maybe you weren't acknowledging, or you were maybe taking them for granted in some way, that they'll always be there for me kind of attitude, when we know every day is a gift. We have the Ace of Swords as our overriding card. So this is the aha moments. This is the epiphany to move forward in new directions with the action plan. So seeing the plan, seeing what needs to be done, and probably implementing it this week too, with this as an overriding energy. Because I think it's fast moving. I get fast moving. I get my heart racing. I get wanting to just say, 3,000 words a second here. The energy builds for you, the aha moments, the epiphanies, seeing where you can step forward. Now it all goes back, remember, to the Sun was our first card. So it is the more you let your inner child out, the more you allow yourself to express yourself freely, creativity, creatively, the more that this energy will transform you. Remember, we have the Death card, transform into an area that you want to walk, one that fills you with passion, one that fills you with joy. We have the Page of Swords with the Queen of Swords. Well, the Page of Swords is your inner child, and letting that inner child out and show where you find happiness, where you find joy, how you express love, where you find love, how you receive love. Now, we have the Queen of Swords right next to her. And this is the stereotypical mom of the deck. She would do anything to keep her children safe, to help them grow, mature. And so we need to look at our children as our dreams, our goals, our desires. And so we feel, part of us is filling it with a passion, with a desire, with a want, expressing ourselves how we want to, doing things that we enjoy doing. But with the Queen sitting right next to it, it's also we protect our dreams, our desires, our goals. So nobody better say anything about how you were spending your leisure time, because I think that you won't allow it. I think you will protect. So it's almost like maybe you're working it in your routine now, that you are going to, do something every day and it's just for you and you enjoy it. Maybe you paint. Maybe you have a passion for painting. Maybe that passion for painting may turn into a couple of paintings being sold down the road, and you're not even expecting that. You just find great joy and happiness when you paint. And somebody says, you know what? You got to do this. You don't have time to do this painting anymore. Pack it up, put it in boxes, put it in the garage or in the attic or in storage, or sell it. Get the money. We need the money. Come on. You don't need paintbrushes. And you will not allow it. Your back will go, the little hairs on your neck will just stand straight up. Nobody is going to cross that line when it comes to a passion, a dream, a desire, what you want to do. And I think you will be putting them in their place if that's the case. I don't think there will be any negotiation or compromise happening when it comes to something that brings out the creativity in you, brings out the passion in you, brings out that inner child, that light. Work and career, we have the King of Swords. Okay, you are filled with passion, definitely. So if you have a goal, a plan, a desire, and you are starting to implement it, this is where you just get fueled more and more each and every day in going forward in what you truly want. Be careful with this energy, because when we are filled with passion, when we are filled with that desire, that determination, we can come across as a little ruthless, a little out of control, a little bit all me, ego-centered. We can step on toes, ruffle feathers, and burn bridges behind us. So be careful with that energy, that you are not, especially since we had this lovely lady of the Page of Swords here, because she is, she's young. She just wants to get the game rolling. She wants to get the energy moving in the right direction. And she just may say, I'm just doing it. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people think. I'm just doing it. And whatever happens, happens. And remember when we were kids and we thought that? I'm doing it, and I don't care what anybody says, and I'm doing it. And remember the chaos that followed? We don't want the chaos. We want to think things through. We want to understand how it affects people, and maybe we need to present ourselves in a different way in order to get their buy-in. So it's working the plan, but it's keeping that passion grounded. So you are using it in a positive manner instead of it working against you. For love and relationships, we have the Star. You can see the way forward and how to make the relationship better. Okay, so if you are in a relationship right now and you kind of say, I'd really like it this way within the relationship, something within the relationship you wish would change in some way, you see the way forward in making that a reality. Maybe it's the right words in the conversation, maybe it's the right actions, but you see the way forward. Now, you break through the limitation of not being able to see how to actually fix something or to move it to the next level or a deeper level. And now you are in tune with exactly what needs to be done or said in order to move it forward in that direction. If you are looking for a relationship, you're feeling good about yourself. You're feeling strong about yourself, especially with the Sun as the very first card. So your vibration, your energy is raised. And when your energy is raised and your vibration is raised, it attracts. It attracts people into our lives. So it can attract love into our lives very easily this week. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.